President Trump, Donald Trump.
President Trump.
The Trump effect on the economy.
So help me God.
We have never seen American business sentiment as polarized as it is right now. One camp thinks that we're in for a tremendous expansion under Donald Trump, big economic growth to come. The other camp takes the completely opposite view.
The trade policies could actually hurt some of his goals.
They look at a plan like this and say, my God, we're going to grow tremendously.
He was inflating the numbers.
This is going to be a president who takes growth and business seriously.
Well, opinion has never been more divided over any economic plan than the Trump plan. And the reason is that it's such a combination of free market, pro-growth proposals and what most people would think of as protectionist, anti-growth proposals. So let's look at the positive side first.
There will be a major tax reduction.
Now, the biggest plus is the Trump tax cut plan, which involves lowering corporate taxes to either 20% or 15% from the current rate of 35%, which is the highest in the developed world. It would simply allow companies to keep a lot more of the money that they earn from capital investments. It would encourage capital investment and make U.S. industry much, much more profitable and competitive.
We're going to rebuild our infrastructure.
He wants to spend about $1 trillion fixing the crumbling roads, bridges, sewer systems, and those initiatives could tremendously increase America's efficiency and productivity.
We're cutting regulations massively for small business.
When you decrease the regulatory burden on businesses, their profits go up. They have much more money to spend on capital investment, which is what's been missing in the economic expansion. Now, the biggest negative by far is the menacing threats that Trump has made about trade.
China.
We have a $350 billion trade deficit with China. We buy much more from them than we sell to them. He's pledging to slap big tariffs on Mexican imports and Chinese imports in particular, and if he does that, it could ignite a global trade war.
President Donald Trump signing executive orders to withdraw from TPP.
The problem with a trade war between the U.S. and China, both sides will lose.
If that happens, a lot of money is going to come flowing into the dollar, which is going to drive up the dollar's value, and it's going to drive down exactly what Trump is hoping to promote, which is exports. So what you're going to have is you're going to have lower imports. You're also going to have lower exports. That's going to hurt our growth, not help our growth, which is the opposite of what Trump is trying to do.
Set the refugees free!
Now, immigration is another issue that the tech industry is having a big problem with because Trump is trying to cut back on H-1B visas, which are a huge source of talent for American tech companies. And he's put out executive orders that seem to want to limit the influx of these very talented tech workers, which really is going to reduce U.S. growth. They're sending us the best and the brightest. Why would we want to say no? Unfortunately, the Trump plan is really a short-term plan. And that's because America is facing a budget crisis that isn't really very far away. In fact, the budget deficit is going to go up from $500 billion to over $1 trillion in about 5 years. Debt is going to go up by $10 trillion. It's going to drive interest expense to triple what it is today. Given those conditions, even if Trump enacts the plan that he wants, and even if it boosts economic growth for 3 or 4 years, the budget crisis is going to derail growth in a couple years, so any improvements in the economy are going to be temporary.